Thursday night football, you had the cruising ship that was the Buffalo Bills versus the sinking ship that is the Miami Dolphins. And you know it's really bad when you have to have a players only meeting after your very first game in the season. You still have 16 more to go. You need a players only meeting? In fact, the last win Miami had versus Buffalo was 3 years ago, back in 2022. Their last win at Buffalo was 9 years ago. And that was in 2016, 4 years before Tua got drafted. So this has been pure domination for years. Big bro, little bro. And going into last night's game, I thought for sure that the Miami Dolphins would get smacked by Buffalo and the Dolphins would have no shot. But to their credit, they battled it out, man. They really did. You had a halftime score of 14 all between the two teams. Then in the third quarter, opening possession for the Buffalo Bills, they go up 21-14. The rest of that quarter, we get ourselves a punt off. And then the Dolphins eventually tie the game 21 all with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. The defense did their thing. They got 3 straight stops after the Bills' opening third down touchdown. But about that third stop, I mean, technically it was a stop by the defense, but ultimately it ended up being a stop gap. The Buffalo Bills are forced to punt, and it's a tight game, 21 all. This is about 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Just let your offense get the ball back if you're the special teams, and you'll be fine. Don't be a hero. Just play it safe. You now have the opportunity to take the lead in the fourth quarter. This is huge. Don't do anything dumb. That's it, and you'll be fine, potentially. This man, Zach Sealer, who's a defensive tackle for the Dolphins, also plays on special teams. Okay. And I'm pretty sure that the height and weight listed on public websites hasn't been updated since they got drafted or got signed as undrafted free agents. So it says on websites such as Pro Football Reference, ESPN.com, Zach Sealer, 6'6", 300 pounds. So perhaps by now, I'm just guessing here, he's probably somewhere close to 320 or 330. Doesn't matter. He's a big dude. Okay. This dude on fourth down, the Buffalo Bills are set to punt. Guess what? They're punting that football. Zach Sealer charges through and gets his hands up, takes a leap to try to make a play on the punter, or not the punter, but to make a play on the ball that's being punted. And this dude, first off, if you're going to try to make a risky move like that, to where you have a chance, you just got to stop, and now you have a chance to take the lead in the fourth quarter. If you're going to do something like that, let it be one of the leaner guys on the outside, to where if they're going to try to make a play on that ball, they can do it while taking it at an angle. So if they aren't able to make a play on the punt, then they can at least fall in a different direction to where they are not roughing the kicker. This dude, Zach Sealer, again, 6'6", 300 pounds. Probably heavier than that now. This man makes a beeline drive straight after the punter, the Bills punter. And what do you know? He's unable to get a hand on it and charges into the kicker. In fact, let's watch this, bro. Hold up. The punt is going up. And look, the ball's already gone. The ball is gone a yard and a half, actually 2.5 yards away from Zach Sealer. And this dude, want to talk about being a hero, he was probably listening to Skillet on the sidelines while the defense was playing before he got onto the field. Skillet, hero, hey, don't be a hero. Oh, I gotta be a hero. I've got to do this for the team. Okay, 2.5 yards away after the ball is launched into the air, this dude, Zach Sealer, just falls right into him. As clumsy as you could. And he knew he effed up. Come on, man. Really? You had no shot whatsoever. No angle to to fall back on in case you don't get it. Because you kept going. You're too damn big to be flying like Superman trying to make a play at that point in the game. And guess what? The Buffalo Bills, the drive continues. They go up 28-21. And if you're the Dolphins, you have one more shot with 3 minutes and 7 seconds left to go. You have one more shot to get yourselves back into this game. So with 1st and 10, 3:07 left, you're at the Bills' 21-yard line. You're essentially at the red zone. And Tua, in a big-time moment, does what he does best in big-time moments, and that's throw the interception, which is a shame because he had at least 2 options open. Tua stayed locked in on his first read, which easily allowed the defender to make a play on the football. You had at least 2 receivers open. You had the running back going outside. I don't know if it's Devon Achane or Ollie Gordon, but you also had the inside receiver going up the seam with single coverage that looked like it was a safety, one of the safeties for the Bills. And you choose the worst possible read, making it easy for Buffalo to lock in on it? That's terrible. That's ridiculous. Tua is now in his 6th season. He has 5 touchdowns and 4 interceptions so far. He is on pace to put up Jameis Winston numbers. And even earlier in the game, you had Tyreek Hill running a deep pattern. He was so open, at least 3 steps ahead of the nearest defender. Tua launches it up, and Tyreek had to slow down just to allow the ball to give himself an opportunity to catch the ball. You throw it to him in stride, that's a touchdown. But instead, that's a missed opportunity. And y'all paying him all this money if you're Miami. I feel like we've gotten to a point at the quarterback position where it's like, all right, if you can get one that's semi-competent, even if he's not the greatest quarterback in the league or one of in football, you go ahead and pay him. Because what else are you going to do? Are you going to start over? What if this new quarterback screws up and we're screwed ourselves? Well, you can't play scared money like that. Settling big money to mediocre quarterbacks, and that's what the Dolphins have done. And now they're reaping what they sow. You invest big time money into a quarterback, not because you feel like that's the only option that you have, but you believe that he can get you to that next level, to make you or be a part of a championship team puzzle. That's why you do it. So you look at the Buffalo Bills. They haven't won a Super Bowl yet, but they're always in contention. They're in conference championship games. They invested into a fully loaded pickup truck. Makes sense. The Miami Dolphins at quarterback, they invested heavy money into a Fisher-Price car. What are we doing here? Is this the beginning of the end for Miami? Is this going to eventually result in, because they're stuck on that Tua contract before they can technically have an out through next season, 2026. And then after that, they can make changes. But the head coach, Mike McDaniel, Chris Greer, Tua, at some point, they're going to have to hit the reset button. And I'm not sure it includes any of those guys remaining.